Mickey Devlin, Ayr United club captain, and you're watching Quill 18.
Hey you folks, Quill 18 here, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Play Football Manager 2017. It is the Ayr United Season 2, and unfortunately, we have broken our 10-game undefeated streak. Again, this 0-0 that we lost in penalties did not count as being defeated in terms of the game's, like, you know, rating of unbeaten streaks and that sort of thing. But we did lose our away game against Hibernian over here. It hurts, but it's not that unexpected. We know the Hibs are an excellent team. Away is always a little bit harder, and furthermore, slightly plagued by some injuries. Of course, when we played against St. Mirren in the last video, it ended up with Daryl Fortis being injured here, so we had to sit him out against the Hibs. And also, Alan Forrest came in a little bit more tired. I think I might have accidentally played him in an under-20s fixture or something like that. As such, my plan was to actually give Craig McGuffey a chance to start as a striker. A lot of people have been requesting that. I actually thought this might have been a good opportunity to do it. Unfortunately, I had to use him to start as a right winger instead. And then partway into the match, I subbed in Alan Forrest, and then about literally 30 seconds after I substituted in Alan Forrest, he got an injury as well. So we're going to go into this next match, annoyingly, with both Daryl Fortis and Alan Forrest, both of our right wingers, being injured here. I mean, they have recovered enough that they technically can be played for like 45 minutes for Alan and 60 minutes for Daryl Fortis, but I won't be starting Daryl Fortis. So I once again will be starting Craig McGuffey as a winger. But, you know, he may be able to deliver some goals from there. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah, overall, a little bit disappointing. And we had some people away on international duty for something as well. So, yeah, I'm really sad that we didn't do better. And I got to say, our position overall was pretty good in this game. We played mostly defensively minded for most of the game. In the last 10 minutes, I decided, you know, going down 2-0 is not really any different from going down 1-0. So in the last 10 minutes, I did switch to a really aggro style. And we actually had a lot of opportunities to draw it up. We had some really gorgeous offensive plays there. But unfortunately, it didn't quite manage it. We did get outshot at the end. I think it was like 14-9 or something. But it was a lot closer. It was pretty close. I was overall pretty happy. Disappointed that we lost, but overall, thought we achieved a pretty good parity against the Hibs. Now, playing against Morton today should be a lot easier. They are a 7th rated team. We are playing at home today, so there's that, other than the fact that our team is not really what we're looking for. So I think we're going to be going with something like this. Again, Craig McGuffey is going to be starting as a winger, and really not have a lot of... Well, he's got a substitute. We're going to be... Daryl Fortis is going to be sitting in the wings, and we'll sub him in. Probably, maybe early in the second half, we could maybe, depending on how Craig McGuffey's feeling at that point, we could move Craig up to the striker position, bring in Daryl over on the right wing. And I think that I would enjoy that very much. Other than that, a lot of people have said I should switch the wing backs over here to fullbacks. They'll sit a little bit deeper. I don't know how much of a difference it would necessarily make, and it's not like they've been doing that badly as win-backs. I mean, again, 10 games unbeaten until the Hibs. So I think defensive wing-backs, I might still be kind of happy with that. The idea is that they move up a little bit more and fill in this gap in the midfield. That, you know, there's a risk that we'll get overrun on the wings, but I don't think so. That doesn't seem to be happening too much, so I'm not going to stress too much about it. We're going to go into this with a control mentality, again, a little bit more aggressively minded, hopefully create a lot of opportunities for scoring. Hopefully, I'm hoping to see the sort of thing where we go up 2-0 early on, and then we can sort of chill out and relax a little bit. I think a lot of it's going to depend on how many scoring opportunities Craig McGuffey can do from the sides, although Jamie Thomp's still pretty good for us, so we're going to do it in there, and then we do have Tom Pope in as an optional substitute in here as well. I think that's it. We're going to still work ball in the box, exploit both flanks. Some people have said that one of the reasons that Daryl may not have been scoring that much is I think he may have been on more of a support role. So we're still exploiting the flanks, so he's still getting the ball a lot, but then he's looking more to coordinate into another pass than score, and he's probably still creating a lot of scoring opportunities. But why is Jamie Thomas on support as opposed to attack? Well, the Onganch role is always attack over here, and I really want both these wingers, who have been doing very well for us, to be on an attack mentality. So I thought 4 people on attack might be a little silly. It's not like this role isn't still, like, it's not a super... That's not the button I want to click. I want to click this button here. It's still mid-range for mentality, maybe slightly above mid-range here, so it's not like Jamie's still not going to take plenty of shots. So I think that's going to be fine. As a target man, there is the problem that they might be trying to pass to him a little bit more, and I think the Onganch is kind of like that too. Maybe that leads to too much confusion. I don't know if false 9 tends to be a target either. More advanced forward, unconventional lone striker. He drops into the midfield. I think it sits too far back. I think there might be too much conflict with Stevenson. We could just, like, again, play him as a poacher, but then I think that's too much attacking kind of thing. I don't know. Support target man. I think we're going to do something like that. If we're not generating enough scoring opportunities, if we're not doing enough shots on goal, then we might shift things up. But I think we're going to go. So match selection, team preview, a little bit of rain, but the pitch is still very good. I think our passing style is going to be okay. It looks like they've got a couple of people missing as well, so that improves things on our side as well. Referee seems about balanced overall. I don't think we have to be super cautious or super aggressive. Submit team. So let's go ahead and get this started and hope that we're okay here. Have a little sip of coffee, get the energy levels up for this match. Not that I think we need the energy levels raised up anymore. Because we had a little bit of a poor season, a poor showing in the league itself, we still really need to claw in more wins. Although, I mean, we're top 4 right now, which is good. In fact, we're tied with Raith at this moment. And if we win and St. Mirren loses, we'll actually find ourselves tied for second. It might even be a 3-way tie, depending on how Raith does over here. The Hibs, still very, very difficult to catch. Mathematically, it's very unlikely that they will not come out first, or at least top 2 or something like that. And it would take even a crazy run. It would take a ridiculous run from one of our teams here, and a really bad run for the Hibs for any movement to happen there. But a lot of space for competition here. And ideally, like by the end of the season, which is still, like, we're only... we're not even halfway. We're about a third of the way through the season here. If we can end up in second place, that's a big upgrade over third and fourth in terms of the playoffs here. Fancy win. Well, you do give us the favorites. Hopefully that doesn't lead to our players feeling complacent here. If I say apply advice, yeah, you're just going to want to tackle everyone hard. No, we'll see if we can close down very quickly on the strikers over here if they're doing stuff, and we'll try to keep an eye on the other people, see if they're generating things. Morale's not as high as we would like. We're the favorites. I'm going to be quite assertive and aggressive here. Like, come on, we're the favorites. Let's do this. Okay, no complaints, which is good. Do I want to do some more individual speeches? You know, there's a lot of green... Jamie Thomas, listen, Jamie. I got, you know... Show me what you got today. Show me what you got. Okay, they didn't do anything. All right, let's see. So a little bit of rain. We do start in possession. And I think what I need to do is change... Yeah, we want extended highlights. When I play my away games, I tend to put in key just so that they play through a little bit faster. But we want a little bit more info here. Fraser sends it back to Crane. Crane looking for... Okay, that's not a cross, but nice pass to LeBaron. Back to Fraser, who might try one of his patented hard shots. I gotta say, that was pretty good. You did force the goalkeeper into a dive there. There was every possibility that might have gone in, and it generated yet another corner for us. This should be, again, Vincent the Flying Red LeBaron taking more of those corners. This is not entirely pleasant. Vincent LeBaron did make no attempt to get that ball over there. And that's a really poor challenge as well. Just like this, all of a sudden... Morton had some pretty good opportunities to go, but didn't go anywhere. Thank goodness for that. It is Morton, right? Not St. Mirren. Yeah, no, St. Mirren is the person in second place. Yes, Morton. Some offside, some this and that. Energy levels are still pretty good. We've only gotten one shot on so far. 66% possession. I don't think I'm going to make... I don't think a change to Jamie Thomas's play is what's needed here. That is like... Who is this guy? Is that one of their strikers? Are we like opposition? Oliver. Yeah, it's that guy over there. You know, for close down quickly, we don't seem to be, you know, actually challenging him that much. I don't want to go aggressive tackle because it's just going to lead to penalty. Craig McGuffey, not going to be the best, like, at the air play, so it's not a surprise that he loses that, especially since the defenders tend to be quite tall. Ryan Stevenson grabbing possession there beautifully, and an excellent, lovely kick. Again, didn't cause quite a dive, but did cause the goalkeeper to seem to have to react quite quickly with a bit of a hop there. 2 shots, 2 on target. I mean, that's not a lot of shots, which makes me feel a little bit more like we... Is it structurally a little bit more of a problem? Are we... I don't think I want to get rid of work ball into box, although maybe. No, it's been fine. Maybe it means we're not passing up as much. How's our pass completion, actually? 75%, I can't complain about that. Possession's good, pass completion's good. I don't know why we're not getting any shots. Stevenson with a free kick, just bounces off someone's face, that's fine. Ooh, Lammy. Lammy's used to using his head. Apparently his feet aren't quite as good, so he fails to grab that. This Oliver guy's going to do another big run. Ugh. Failed another tackle there. Back to Oliver. I'm pretty pissed. I'm very pissed. What the hell, team? What the hell is that crap? How are you not generating opportunities here? Well, oh, Jamie Thomas with a nice run there. The goalie actually got his hands on it and it went in. For all the goals that I thought, you know, should be happening and shooting opportunities that should happen, here's Jamie Thomas with a shot from quite far away getting in there. All right, so at least we're going to equalize going to the half. And yeah, my plan for the half is to move Craig McGuffey up front, bring in Daryl Fortis on the wing, and play it that way for a bit. Maybe that'll generate a few more things. That might be part of it. Like, Craig McGuffey is great at shooting, but maybe he's not as good at creating opportunities. Especially, he's right-footed and he's on the right side. If I understand correctly, that means he's probably better at scoring that way, but less good at crossing. I think that's what people have said, is if the foot matches the side, it's better for shooting. If the foot is opposite the side, then it makes for better crosses. So, it's possible that, yeah, he's just not in an opportunity to create a lot of opportunities. He's not in a position to create a lot of opportunities, and as such, we're not getting as many shots on as we would like. But we'll make a shift in here in the... Oh, nice! LeBaron, not a good shot angle, but a great cross angle. That went in! My God, that looked like it was going way up high. Craig McGuffey runs in there. He's like, who wants to be a winger? I'm going to run into the 6-yard box. Right? 6-yard? 18-yard? And just score from there. It's going to be fine. Okay, nice that we're ahead here. I'm going to stay being assertive here. There's still room for improvement. Okay, good. Excellent. And we're going to start the second half with a shift right away. We're going to bring Mr. McGuffey up front. We're going to replace Jamie Thomas with Daryl Fortis here, who's going to come off the wing and be like that. And Mr. McGuffey... and we could play as a poacher, but a lot of people have said a false 9 might be a good pick here. I'm worried that there might be a little bit too much overlap between Craig McGuffey and Ryan Stevenson, but in the comments of the last video, they said, oh, that might be a good idea. Now, I mean, that's a support role, but it's still a fairly, mid-tier support role. I mean, it's not like you don't shoot as much, and I do like the move into channel, and the dribble more, I think, is probably okay. I'm finishing first touch. I mean, yeah. Or just throw you on poacher. It's funny that you're not as comfortable with this. We've been training you up hard on that. You know what? I think it's going to be fine. We're just going to play you as a false 9 here. And we're going to give that a go. So that's what we're going to do. I mean, I think it's weird to make a switch at the half, but it'll give Daryl Fortis a proper chance to like warm up and be aware of exactly what's going on. We get a chance to discuss our plan with our players in the dressing room here. Do you go to the dressing room in the half? I think so. I guess it probably depends on what tier of football you're playing. And then work out the new plan. You know, make little drawings on a blackboard or a whiteboard, or at this point probably some sort of virtual display, and that'll be okay. Energy levels are still good. Pretty good across the board. Andy is getting a little bit tired here. Good morale, which is great to see. And Craig McGuffey's performance is going to be good because he did get that in there. Excellent. All right. So 6-3 on shots. At least the shots are starting to go up a little. We still don't have a huge number of shots. Andy with a foul. Didn't lead to a yellow card though. That's nice to see. Free kick from quite far away. Probably isn't going to lead to anything instantly. So that's fine. Yeah, Andy's definitely getting a little tired. We'll probably do a sub there. We've got a couple of really good midfielders to do that. I may wait. We'd already done one sub, so I don't want to sub too quickly. But he is fading pretty fast. Maybe at the 65-minute mark, somewhere around there. Tony gets it up to Andy. Andy's going to have to pass it away pretty quick, but he can send it backwards. Send it backwards, man. It's okay. I wonder if you don't pass... Oh, you're actually passing all the way to the goaltender. Never mind. I was going to say, I wonder if you don't pass backwards as much when you're in a more offensive role. But apparently he passed... Wow! Almost got the ball stolen away there. Craig McGuffey with a nice dodge after picking it up. Gary Fraser with a actually really sort of risky but beautiful forward pass that almost worked out. But the angle was just a little too rough, and I think there may have been a first touch problem there. Ryan Stevenson taking the cross. Nice header. Is that Magat? Daryl Magat, third goal of the season, scores on a header. I'm just curious, why is Stevenson taking the corner kick there? Set piece takers. What happened to Vincent? Oh, Vincent's not actually good at the corners. Never mind. I must have gotten confused about something else. Alright, whatever. Really nice. Up 3-1. We could maybe change to a standard mentality. I think we're just going to keep it under control. Because I think the odds are much more likely that we'll keep scoring than getting scored on. It's not like we have to lock things down right now. So keep going like this, rather than making strategic changes that might confuse people as well. Back to Andy Gagan. We're going to be subbing out Andy relatively soon. Daryl Fortis centers it to Craig McGuffey, who takes a long shot that actually, I think that would have gone top right corner, if not for the goalkeeper. So he's forced to hit the ball, and of course give us a corner as well. There's Vincent taking the corner from there, so yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. Daryl to LeBaron, both wingers on the same side right now. Craig McGuffey gets his feet on it, gets body blocked. I think that could have easily been a goal for Craig McGuffey there. So, again, we're just hammering in the shots now. It's possible the other team is tired at this point. That might be what's going on. I'm not sure. Vincent, nice run there. Keeps the offense going. Can move it up the wing. Or, no, just takes a huge, long shot over there. Reminder, we do have work ball into box still present. All right, I think it's time to bring off Andy Gigan at the next whistle. He's getting pretty winded here. And he's played an excellent game, no problem there. We're going to bring in Ross Docherty here, who continues to complain a little bit that he hasn't had enough of a chance to start. But I think, you know, that's fine. You are pretty much as comfortable in any of these roles as any other. You'd actually prefer support-minded ball-winning midfielder, which I think is okay. Again, might open us up to a little bit too much offense, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. So let's go ahead and do that. If you're happy in that role, that's going to be fine. And maybe do another sub at the 75-minute mark and try to bring in someone maybe explicitly with a little less match sharpness to try to keep them a little bit more warmed up. Always a little bit of risk doing that because people with match sharpness tend to screw up a little bit more. But I think it'll depend a lot on what the scoring situation is. If we're still up by 2, then it makes it a little bit easier to do that. They're up to McGuffey. Beautiful centering pass to Craig McGuffey, who takes a long bomb. I suspect these guys are sitting a lot more defensively, and it's going to be a lot harder for us to actually be able to like get in position in the 18-yard box here. But, boom! Tony Ralston, beautiful pickup there, my friend. Gets it over Ryan Stevenson, who's still in the wing. Gets deflected off a Morton player, and giving us another corner. Honestly, at that point, I might have preferred the pass completion, because I think there was maybe a good chance for something to be set up here. With people being pulled out of position. All right, another corner. It's just corner after corner. Let's do it. Average rating is over 7 for our team. Doing well. Deflected away to another corner. The threats just keep on coming. And the corner behavior is just, you know, mixed and varied and things like that. So we'll be trying close, far, all these different options. I mean, we could, you know, tune that to something specific and make plans, but I think it's okay. Gary to Ross Docherty. Gets it over to Ryan Stevenson. Too many bodies in the way. Too much clustering here. Where's our wingers? Fraser! Oh my god, I thought that was going to go in. Fraser, I'm totally happy with him taking those ridiculous long shots because that's what he's there for. That's what he can really threaten with. Coming up on the 70-minute mark. So again, at 75, we'll reevaluate. We'll see who we sub. We might focus more on taking someone off or focus more on putting someone on. Like slightly different priorities, you know? Yeah, I think I mean, at this point, what's the point in playing defensive? Like, well, for honor at that point, you don't want to go down 4-1, 5-1. I'm definitely sold on... Whoa! That's a counterplay if I've ever seen one. Wow. Not really delivered in the end. You know, I've come along to the idea that in the regular, like, league, goal diff doesn't seem to play much of a role because at the end of 36 games, there tends to be such a separation in goal diff. McGuffey definitely can't take a shot there. Gary Fraser tries one, and it turns into a weird sort of quasi-pass to Ryan Stevenson, although he then loses the ball right away. We take the ball away from McGunna there. Barron with Lammy with a beautiful takeaway, sends it deep, but unfortunately, LeBaron was going to be offside from the start of that play regardless. It was either run for the ball or just leave it be, and it would have been a throw-in, so either way they lose possession of the ball, so not much you can do it. He wasn't in a position to start the pass. He was just sort of like slowly, I think, moving to the defensive zone. That is a huge fail. Good save by Monsieur Sauvage there, the Frenchman. That failed tackle and leaving Oliver, one of their strikers, to get a clear shot was certainly very risky here. I'm probably going to do a substitute in a second. I just want this Okay, this aggression feels a lot safer now. I'm not too worried. Okay, so the most gassed people, we've got Gary Fraser and Ryan Stevenson here. Who might we want to bring in one way or the other? I still think Paul Kearney is actually a pretty good person on our team, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to do the sub that way. Kearney does not like to play on Gosh, but I think a sort of advanced playmaker over here is going to fill a very similar gap. We're going to take a moment and we're going to swap McGuffey to a poacher role just to confuse the other team over here. Maybe get him some more comfort in that kind of role over here too. And that's it. That'll be your final sub. There's still 15 minutes left. An injury could really change things up a lot, but I'm okay with it. I'm going to keep it in control mentality as well. Because, again, I think we're more likely to get a fourth goal than them get a second. Although if it goes to 3-2, then I'm definitely going to start to sweat. 10 minutes left. All right. We're still out shooting them 14-5. Yeah, I don't know what was going on early on in the game. Our team really had a hard time getting started. What the hell's wrong with you people? I did have you in control mentality, but I didn't think the back line would be that far forward. Jesus Christ, they just let that guy just get a free goal. Now all of a sudden, I'm starting to sweat. Because if we end up here with a draw, I'll be very displeased. I mean, I think the odds are still in our favor, but even if we had like a 75-25 chance here, that's still, you know, 1/4 of the time, it'll end up turning into a draw. And those are not odds I'm in favor of. McGuffey to Kearney, they're very boxed in. Again, this defense, they're really keeping a tight rein on things. They're definitely in a sort of counter mentality. That was not a successful pass. Kearney did get his feet on it. Doherty takes it away. Craig McGuffey gets it really nicely open to Daryl Fortis. Unfortunately, it goes wide, and the goalkeeper didn't even have to touch it, so it's a goal kick. And they've got a free kick here. Watch this just go in randomly, and then all of a sudden we've got a draw. 4 minutes left of play. Well, probably 5 or 6 minutes, in fact, with stoppage time. Lammy stops that. Excellent. Gary Fraser definitely getting tired. Offside from the other team. Kills some time. We got 9 seconds left. They are on the offense here. 5 seconds left. Watch that. He just shoot there and that go in. Clear the ball to the half. And just like that, that's full time. Certainly a lot scarier at the end than needed to be. Looking complacent, looking uninterested. I mean, come on, that's the problem, you guys. You weren't working hard enough. I don't think I'll say anything though. We'll leave it as is. Not quite the dominant play I'd hope. Oh man, 2 of our players are going to be gone during the Raith game. We will be televising this Raith game. And several people have requested that we actually show the quarterfinals, so we will do that. So it's going to be an away game against Raith. Raith, we are basically... Oh, I think they lost, right? Because we were tied at 20. Now we went up. St. Mirren won there, so we haven't made any progress towards second place. But we have moved up a little bit in the rankings. We're really happy about that. We want St. Mirren and Raith to lose a whole bunch, if possible. So yeah, we're going to be facing Raith. So we're going to be, like, our performance is relatively similar. It's going to be a tough one. Away against a good team, it is going to be a real challenge. Most likely what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to warm up in a counter play. Tony Ralston is cup tied, so he won't be able to join in. That is really kind of sucky, because we don't have someone who can play on that left wing. We'll probably put Nicky there. And I think we'll be forced to play... Oh, I'm getting confused. This is the right wing. For some reason, like, I always read left to right, obviously, right? So I assume left to right. Okay, so that's the right wing, so Nicky can play there. No, that's going to be A-okay, perfectly fine. And yeah, we'll play him, like, super defensively minded over there. I think that's going to be okay, too. Just try to keep things a little bit further back. I wonder if I should, like, put more of these people as, like, full, like, defensives, because maybe it'll stop them from poking up quite as much. We could split it as well. We could encourage Lammy, for example. Maybe we want to play him as a completely defensive center back here. Magat's got, like, more scores for us. Let's take a look here. Lammy scored once. Magat scored 3 times. I think because, like, I think he might have a better, like, actual heading game for finishing with the header. Lammy's quite tall, and he can play defensively the header game quite well. So we might do something a little bit like that. I mean, obviously, away game, good team. We're going to be playing a little bit more defensively minded in the first place, so I think that's going to be okay. I'm hoping very much that we can just start with Daryl Fortis on the wing, And then the question will be, let's say we remove you from the position. Do we, in fact, start Craig McGuffey in his poacher play over here? Or, again, the false 9. It'd be nice to get stats as to how well his performance is as a false 9 versus his performance as a poacher. I think as a poacher, he does tend to draw a lot of offsides, so there may be something to be said about this. I don't know. I still like this. I think, maybe 4 like offensive people is too much. Gerald Fords, do we want to put you back into a more support style? Your long shots and your passing and your finishing are basically even, so that doesn't really give me a hint one way or the other. I'm just worried that too much attacking might lead to too many problems, and maybe these guys should be a little bit more supporty than anything else. I don't know. I don't know. But we got 8 days. That's incredible, actually. Watch us have a... wow, 8 days to Raith, and then a full 7 days until Dunfermline. And then we play Raith again at home. So you guys are going to be seeing 2 games back-to-back against Raith. One away for the Challenge Cup, and one at home for the Championship League. Huh. So sub-wise, I'm betting Alan Forrest. He's going to be fine by the time that game comes up, at least for probably at least 45 minutes of play, if not more so. Cup-tied. Might bring in Paddy Boyle here. So we've got some extra defensive options to sub in the back, especially since we're short one of our defenders. We have to do a little bit more. I think we'll end up going with something kind of like this. Our familiar is going quite good because most of the match prep has been this match tactic stuff, and they're also quite comfortable with the counter mentality. So that's good. So that way I'll be able to actually prep for a specific strategy going forward. I suspect we'll be focusing probably on something like defensive position. We'll see. Thanks very much for watching another episode, folks, and I'll see you guys next time.